My judging was too clouded. See you at the top, cause the bottom is too crowded.
What's going on, everybody?
Yo.
How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Welcome, everyone, to the P.U.W.F. Wrestling Talk. And we are here tonight to talk about wrestling, and a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of breaking news. It's breaking as we're live, so
Yeah,
we'll try to keep up with it.
Of course, we'll talk about that in wrestling news at the end of the show. But today, ladies and gentlemen, like always, and every Thursday, and new edition Wednesdays at 9 o'clock NXT time with D-Walk. At the end of the show will be the outro, which is the intro of his, by the way, and anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, like, follow, subscribe, enjoy the madness as we go with you. First thing on the agenda in wrestling talk, which is kind of crazy as it is, because you know why? It just is. Time for some wrestling in WWE.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and before I continue, Joe, Friday was the night that The Rock came out, right?
yeah.
Yes, SmackDown.
Okay. Now, this was a 10-minute segment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to just give you the highlights. I'm not giving you play-by-play because this was a very controversial Friday for me. I'll explain in a second. Austin Theory's outside, and he's talking to somebody else. I think it was Adam Pearce. No, it wasn't Adam Pearce. It was that loudmouth commentator, the new guy.
Pat McAfee.
There you go. Pat Kiss My Ass. Now, Pat Kiss My Ass was hyping up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in a good mood today. Pat Kiss My Ass was hyping up like, oh, the great of the people, and then The Rock comes out. Coincidentally, and ladies and gentlemen, because I do news, coincidentally, he comes out days after he's in controversy and about the Oprah and the Maui fires things, but we're not gonna get into that. Check out my news channel for that. He comes out, the crowd's all hyped up. It takes about 10 minutes to get to the freaking ring because like he's turned into the Undertaker now. Austin Theory wants to say something. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna paraphrase this. Buen provecho, Mr. D-Walk. Now I'm gonna paraphrase this. He said, you know, you don't really let me explain the rules to you. One side is gonna call you asshole back and forth, and that's how it was for 10 minutes. Austin.
Yeah, one side.
Say it, sir.
One side, he said, one side's gonna call you. One side's gonna say, this side's gonna say you are, and this side's gonna say asshole.
Yeah, and that's just the weird thing about
and
it.
It's going, and they switched it. Then they're like, no, we're gonna switch it. This side's gonna say you are, and this side's gonna say asshole.
Yeah, and that's just sad for him, honestly, because, and was it the same week where Austin Theory came out and kind of like talked with John Cena too?
No.
Okay.
No.
Make sure
he talked the week before that, I believe.
Okay, because it says here announced in advance. Okay, there, here we go. Well, at the end of it all, The Rock gave him people's elbow, and the people chanted. Backstage, The Rock did see John Cena, and he gave a look like, I'm Peacemaker. Well, I am. Add somebody else. And they all looked at each other, gave a little sly laugh. So I would actually like your thoughts on what if Cena Rock 3 WrestleMania.
I don't see it happening.
I said what if. I didn't say like a maybe. Come on now.
I mean, if they did it, it would be The Rock coming out on top of that one.
Why?
Because it will be the rubber match, and Cena's at the end of his career. Rock is at the end of his career too, but he's more.
Okay.
I don't know. He's more a draw.
Okay. Joe, before you continue, your audio is cutting in and out. So I want to give you a heads up.
You want me to go back out, come back in?
Yeah, try it out. If not, take out the headphones. There's nothing wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure the audio is clear for everyone to listen to. Make sure they hit that follow. Now, what are your thoughts, D-Walk, on this?
I think The Rock could
On the
make a
segment.
better. The Rock could bring better money if he win. I mean,
Yeah.
they already wrestled before. I think if it's not a Rock or John Cena, I think Rock could be more of a winner than John Cena.
Okay, that's true. Now, what do you think of the predictions that it's going to be Rock?
I'm back.
There we go. Now, I was telling D-Walk another question for both of you guys can answer this after I say it. What are your thoughts? And we talked about this in the chat. What are your thoughts on either Rock Roman or Cody Roman for WrestleMania? Because Roman's gonna fight somebody in WrestleMania. We just know that it's not gonna be his cousin.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be him. So
No.
there's been an interesting idea that's been thrown around. I saw it. I saw a friend of ours actually posted, Mr. Warren Marlowe.
Yeah.
He said, "What if Rock Roman night 1 no championship, Cody Roman night 2 for the championship?"
Yeah, that could happen.
No.
You don't think
because
so?
it was a waste of time.
Having Roman wrestle twice.
Why? Why? That's okay. That's the question I convert back to you. Why do we want to see Roman fight twice? Why? The Rock can fight anybody
This
else.
is something.
But The Rock can give the rub to anybody else. But you give it to the guy that he's been doing. It's not the same Rock. It's not the same Roman that we saw years ago where they raised his hand and they booed him. It's not the same Roman. This Roman has established his own character, and he's a hot draw by himself.
Yeah.
So you don't need the Rock. That's my D-Walk.
What about LA Knight?
He has heat backstage. You know damn well, and his contract's coming up.
Yeah.
At the same time,
and he hasn't resigned yet, and he's pissed off. He's pissed off with the backstage people, but Endeavor is pushing to get him signed.
Yeah.
He's hot. He's hot. He's there. Orange
Endeavor
Cassidy in the early stages. Wait, I know you don't like Pockets, but Pockets was hot in the first 2 years of AEW. He made money. He made a draw.
I mean,
LA Knight is.
To me, once Vince gone, everything goes smoother. I mean, because I just read something about Vince on his way out.
I know. Well, we'll talk about that later. Joe, continue.
I feel like they need to pull the trigger on LA Knight, and they need to do it fast, because right now he's the Stone Cold of this era.
Yeah.
He's the Stone Cold of this era with the rise of Daniel Bryan. The more you keep pushing him down and finding the same guy over and over again, I think for me personally, they made him fight the Miz because the Miz can like throw out shit about you.
Yeah.
He's okay with it. But everyone else that gets shit out, usually like the video that I see all the time in wrestling YouTube is the video that Miz destroying Enzo in the ring, just saying it like it was, shooting on his ass, and it was just vicious. So he did the same thing. He did the same thing to LA Knight. We all know that LA Knight is a Attitude Era copycat. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Do something, because nothing's happening now that's worth something.
Yeah.
No, we needed this.
Yeah.
We need this. Yes, we do. We need this shit, because whatever you're throwing out there ain't working, and it's not been working. Visually, it's not been working for years. Financially, it's been going great, but visually, it's not. Now Endeavor's like, we're a visual company. We gotta be smart and visually and financially coexist, money wise. And I respect that.
Do you know who the top 3 merchandise sales were?
I know one of them is LA Knight. The other one, I'm going to guess Rhea Ripley, and the third one, maybe Sami Zayn.
Nope. Nope. Cody Rhodes was the number 1 sales.
Okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Who's number 2?
LA Knight was number 3.
Okay.
Mhm.
Roman.
Number 2 was it was Cena.
Okay, fine, whatever. Continuing on, AJ Styles versus Finn Balor.
But to be,
Yeah.
ooh, yes, great match.
Yeah, I'm not because you would have kept going for
Yeah.
another 5 minutes.
Could have been
Let's let it
better.
ride. Let it ride
Yeah.
for 3 people watching. Hello.
Could have been better.
Now,
Could've been
AJ
better.
Styles versus Finn Balor. By Bleacher Report standards, it was a B. This was a
Yeah.
banger. I will respect that. This was a dream match that I watched a clip of it, and
Yeah.
this is something that I never expected, but it was a really good match. At the end, Balor defeated Styles because again, it's about the Judgment Day storyline. Mr. D-Walk, what do you thought of the match?
I like the match. It was a good match.
Yeah.
It's still got me boggling on how the New Day keep going, but I understand the concept and everything. But other than that, it was a good match. I mean, I like AJ Styles, and AJ Styles. I've been like AJ Styles for the longest, but it was a good match, a good solid match. You know, AJ like he that type that could keep up with anybody.
True. Joe, your thoughts on the match? By the way, before I continue, Jimmy Uso tried to interfere, and Styles caught him, which Balor used to win the match. Joe.
The match was good, but it could have been. I mean, we've seen it before. We saw AJ and Finn Balor before when Finn first joined the Judgment Day and turned on AJ.
Yeah.
So it's not the first time we've seen it, but it's always good seeing 2 top tier talents like an AJ Styles and Finn Balor taking each other on 1-on-1. I'd like to see it where there's no interference.
Yeah. That's true.
Because they can both go.
Yeah. That's true. They can go. Continuing on, backstage, Finn Balor attempted to lure Jimmy Uso into joining the Judgment Day. He was intrigued. LWO versus Street Profits. Moving on. Sorry for that. LA Knight versus The Miz.
Again?
I'm happy for the Street Profits.
Yeah.
You know, heel turn. I'm happy that allegedly and supposedly, until I see it in person, Jade is going to be the 4th member, which is chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We talked about that first.
We did.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get credit for it, but we did. But on top of all that, it's just the LWO. It's not what it used to be. I'm not interested in it. And I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm like, whatever. So for me, it was a good match, but it wasn't that great to be talking about.
No.
That's just how it is. Street Profits defeated LWO. Bleacher Report gave it a C+. Now, LA Knight versus The Miz.
Again?
LA Knight made it 2-0. Yes, again. LA Knight is 2-0 against The Miz since Payback.
Good match.
It was a good match. And now the Knight has defeated Miz 3-0. At least, you know. Now, with the teases of Paul Heyman again for the last 2 weeks, Mr. Joe BNCO, this is that time question, when do you think they're going to pull the trigger of Heyman jumping the gun with LA Knight?
After loses the title.
After Roman? Okay.
Once he loses the belt, he's gonna turn. He's gonna turn. He's gonna disappear for a while, and then all of a sudden, Paul Heyman's gonna reintroduce himself when LA Knight is doing something and become part of his thing.
That's true. You can walk away. D-Walk, your thoughts?
I think he'll do it during the match. He gonna betray Roman Reigns.
That's fine. It makes sense. And then LA Knight just comes out, and freaking just walks with it. All right, fine. A classic revisited right now, ladies and gentlemen. Asuka versus Bayley. Now, I remember from 2013, 2014. I'm old. And I remember all those. This was the great match. B by Bayley by Bleacher Report. And it was a repetitive finish. It was a roll-up like always. The commentary team put over Io Sky's absence by claiming she was home training for a WWE Championship against Asuka next week. Oh shit, here we go. Did Cole just mention Triple Tails from Smash and Pro Wrestling Wave? Yes, it's not the first time. It's never stops being awesome that the commentary team acknowledges history in other promotions now, which I do like. They acknowledge finally after so many years that Bailey and Asuka were in different promotions and they're still alive. They weren't one-time things. Now, John Cena on the Grayson Waller effect. And this was actually, I saw a clip of this. This was by far the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life because one, it's amazing that no one ever did that. No one's ever done that idea of just bringing out John Cena as just nothing. And ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching this, I have to explain that John Cena came out music only because I guess copyright infractions couldn't let him out to be visually. Because now he's just dude. And then first off, coming close, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a shout out to the cameraman. The motherfucker knew the cadence. He knew everything step by step. So I give a shout out to him. Because the cameraman went up and then he started running. He started running into the ring. He thought he slid in. I'm like, all right, that's perfect. You know, Grayson Waller made fun of John Cena for numerous times. The greatest of all time did not utter the word as the heelers Aussie. Then Jey Uso interrupted. Jey Uso came out. This is a messy segment that did not accomplish or further much of anything. Cena might pop out. What are your thoughts on this segment, D-Walk?
First, I'm gonna say this: John Cena, come on home, let it all go, bro. Like that ball spot showing it, man. Come on home.
Yeah.
But other than this, man, it just keeps showing. Like he got his haircut, it's still showing. Like, come on home, bro. Come on, get the Rock, man. Let the Rock tell you how to keep it shined up and everything. But
call Stone Cold and ask him where his barber is.
Damn, I didn't say that shit.
Yeah, like come on home.
Have $1 million and get actually good hair plugs, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll move on.
This might could be that heel turn he got since he going bald. He cut his hair bald.
Yeah,
he can do a heel run. But the second,
go on.
No, go ahead. You say you really what, bro?
I really wish they would have pulled the trigger. Now that Bray Wyatt's dead, I think he should do it out of honor to him.
Yeah,
he should bring back the NWO.
Yes,
and just be heel Cena. Like that's all you got to do. Like you can be Hollywood Hogan, era, except without the racism.
No,
that's all you got to do, man.
Yes,
that's all you got to do.
Yes, that's it.
They don't want to do it because they don't want him. They don't want him spitting on the kids.
That's fine.
Well, Hulk Hogan do.
Hulk Hogan did the same thing. WWE afraid.
Hulk Hogan did the same thing.
Yeah, but WWE is afraid to do that.
Yeah. I know, but this
WCW is different.
But this is WWE Endeavor now. This is different. So if someone in creative's like, Cena, he's not really doing anything right now. He's doing Peacemaker season 2. We know this. You can be a heel Cena. He can be Flair 81.
Yeah.
If anyone knows exactly how Flair was in 81, he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
All right. He was flossing, but he was the man.
Yeah.
So I want to put that out there. What are your overall from A to F, excluding E? We're not gonna do numbers anymore. Of SmackDown, Joe.
Give it like a B.
Okay. All right. Even with the segment, all right. Okay, that's fine. Look, I'll respect that. D-Walk, your grade. As he's frozen in smoke. There we go.
B-.
All right. I gave this thing only because, not because of the segment, and the Rock segment, a C. C+ because of Asuka and Bailey and Balor and Styles. That's it. Because the Rock segment was too long. There was a great segment. Well, no, you know what? B-, because the Cena segment for me was hilarious, and no one ever thought about it. You know what's fun? You know what made me mad? Seth freaking Rollins could have did this in 2016.
Yeah,
I imagine Seth freaking Rollins around that time would have done this, and it would have been gold, because that's what I would think he would do. But either way, I move on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to the second part. Time for Raw, and this one was a little weird. Okay. Start off with Dominic Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Cody and Dom had a great match. You know, Dominic is just he's like a machine. He's like the guy from Real Steel, the robot. He's like, you know, he's gonna be breaking down, but he can still go to work. So this was, you know, this wasn't a squash, but Cody was dominant throughout the whole match. For me, C, everything else. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Wait a minute. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came out after the match and made sure Judgment Day didn't take Rhodes out after the match, but KO called Rhodes back to the ring to talk about something as the show went through a break. Joe, your thoughts on the match, Cody versus Dom?
Match was good. Dominic definitely has gotten a lot better since he first started. He's improving week by week. He gets better and better. He's drawing some serious heel heat. I want to see where they're going to go with Dominic. I really do. And I like the way that they're portraying him as like an Eddie Guerrero. I like that fact.
True.
He looks like Eddie.
I respect that. And that's true. Obviously. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a fool. I didn't do this before. Give me a second. There we go. Now, D-Walk, your thoughts?
Good match. Same way I agree with my partner. He said the same exact thing I was about to say about Dirty Dom. I mean, he's starting to rub off on me now. So the more every week, the more the week. You know, I hated him. I couldn't stand him at first. Like, he had my blood boiling. But
yeah,
the more I watch him now, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just starting to understand it. He just gotta start find his own path, his own moves and everything.
Let's also give respect where respect's due. He has defended his title on all 3 shows every week.
True, but then
he's wrestling.
But then he met Cody. Moving on.
Yeah, but they can't stop Cody's momentum.
That's the sad part about it, dude. Imagine if Keith Lee was a North American champion, fighting 3 times a week, and then he met Cody.
And then Cody stopped him.
Exactly. But next match, Kofi Kingston versus Ivar. This is by far the 10th match of Kofi Kingston versus Ivar.
Oh my goodness.
Guess why? Because I remember this shit years ago from 2019, 2020. But repetitive. Go on, sir.
Do you know why they did this match? It was supposed to be a tag team match, but Xavier Woods got hurt.
Yeah.
Again?
No, wait a minute. No.
So he couldn't wrestle.
What was supposed to be a tag match between the Viking Raiders and the New Day was turned into a singles bout between Kofi Kingston and Ivar after it was revealed Eric was not cleared to compete.
I heard Xavier Woods wasn't.
Not says here, Eric. The match was all about Kingston trying to find ways to combat the power and shocking agility of Ivar, because Ivar is exceedingly, shockingly agile. What would have been a throwaway match and a feud that will continue past this week turned into a David versus Goliath-like battle between Kofi and Ivar. Kofi Kingston won, B+. Now, moving on to Shinsuke versus Ricochet, a match that I've actually seen in NXT.
Good match.
Yeah,
it was a good match. It was an A- match. It was a really good match, but I've already seen this in NXT, so it's just a repetitive match, the same.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, D-Walk?
I mean, I like the match. It was a good match. I really hope they start pushing Ricochet more too. But we just seen it already.
Yeah.
They're not going to push Ricochet.
No, they're not. Of course not.
As much as we would like to see Ricochet get pushed because he's talented as fuck,
yeah,
they're not going to, because he's not it. Now Shinsuke as a heel is more it.
Oh yeah, he loves being a heel. He was a heel back in Japan. Now he's just having fun now, which is
I enjoy. Oh yeah, Shinsuke as a heel works so well.
Yeah,
I've seen clips. Wanted to add on that, okay, here we go. The High Flyer stopped Nakamura from using a steel chair, but he ended up getting himself disqualified when he used the chair instead. He argued with the ref until Nakamura took out his leg and hit him with a Kinshasa. That's what he did to Ricochet.
To the back of the head.
Rollins tried to attack him again, but Nakamura went after his injured back to take him down.
And how long his back gonna be hurt?
He's always fucking hurt. That's just a fucking storyline. Nah, shit happens.
Hey, come on now. It only take a couple of days for you to heal like that. Why does this dude heal? Why does this dude hurt for like weeks though?
I don't
There's a
know.
there's a rumor saying that Rollins' back is really worse than they're leading on to be, and that he might be dropping the title to Shinsuke Nakamura at the next pay-per-view.
So you got Shawn Michaels back now.
No, he's starting to get to fucking Kenny Omega. I can be like Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega can do it. I can do it too. Motherfucker, Omega's built different. You're CrossFit Jesus. He's Omega.
Man, if they gonna make
distinctions, bro.
If they gonna make this dude lose the belt, make him lose the belt because I'm tired of seeing it back angle.
Yeah.
It was almost like the pockets angle, but I'm tired of seeing it.
All right, moving on because you know how Joe is with pockets. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Yeah, I know you putting the hands up. Okay, this was not a great match. Nia Jax ended up attacking Niven and Stark to cause the match to end in no contest decision. The former women's champion dismantled everyone. Once again, the women's tag team division is made to suffer so a single star can look good. It's a pattern we see far too often.
Nia Jax beat up all four of them. Left all four of them laying.
What the fuck are they doing with Nia Jax, bro?
Hold up. Before I ask you that same question. What the fuck are they doing with Nia Jax? That's the same question I'm about to ask the damn self. Like, you bring her back. You bring her back to squash 4 women that you have been taking a year to wash away the stink that you put on. Because remember that Piper Niven was called Dewdrop? It took them a while to wipe that shit off.
And Shayna Baszler just beat Ronda Rousey in an MMA rules match.
Just to get beat up by the girl that got beat up by just to get beat up by the girl that everyone beat up in WrestleMania. Sorry, the Royal Rumble. In the Royal Rumble. Just for the girl that has injured people one after the other consecutively for years.
That's why Rhea Ripley wasn't on Raw.
She was smart. Get the fuck out of here. No,
she got injured.
I'm on my period. I'm out. Fuck that shit.
Did you see her eyes? You see her eye, Rhea Ripley eyes after motherfucking Nia Jax jumped on her the Monday? Her eyes like she wasn't there.
Here's the thing. Now, Joe, your thoughts on this fucking push of Nia Jax?
So I feel like they're bringing her in to have another monster heel, which makes sense in a way because there's not a lot of monster heels in the women's division and monsters in general. Rhea Ripley is probably the closest thing to a monster heel that you have for the women's division.
Piper could. And they were building her up slowly, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It should have been sped up, but
she could. But the problem is that they keep downing her and they keep dropping her. It's like either you got to pull the trigger and go with it or not.
Yeah, it bothers the shit out of me. It does.
Piper Niven is a great performer.
Yeah, it's you have look, dude. You have Piper Niven and Shayna Baszler, 2 monsters right there that you can promote, but you squash those 2 to do a Nia Jax, the AKA my hole. We were
even Zoe Stark's got squashed too, and she's an up and coming talent as well.
Yeah.
You keep saying that name like it matters. It's Zoe Starks. I'm like, who the fuck is Zoe Starks?
I mean, she's up and coming. She's new. She's fresh.
Is she from Disney? She sounds like from Disney.
No, she's Jazz 2.0.
Right. Zoe Starks.
This is 2.0.
Look at
right. She got a name like that, but man, I don't know. She's good.
All right, okay, I respect that. I respect your credibility and wrestling talent. Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. This was a mismatch.
Why they do my man like that?
This match aggravated me so much because you made it seem like you wanted him to go after the IC title again and actually beat Gunther. And now you're having him just drop matches?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong? Who's booking this shit?
Okay, but D-Walk, your thoughts on this match? By the way, Bronson Reed won.
Bullshit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bullshit.
No one's
How
talking
the
about it too.
hell? How the hell this man is on the road and he lose to Bronson Reed? He was in the contenders of being the IC champion, and he dropped all the way down to here. Who he pissed off or what's going on? Because they dropping the ball on this man.
Yeah.
This
That
man could be a
bothers
good
me.
IC champ.
I'll say my thoughts on this. He proved his worth against Gunther,
Yeah.
and then you drop the ball and go after Reed, and then he doesn't even. Here's the okay. If you're doing like a dejected storyline where it feels like he's defeated and he's back on the come up, that's fine. But having a storyline that matters with it, if you just, it doesn't work that way. But moving on, this one, I just motherfuckers. Becky Lynch versus Natalya, NXT Women's Championship.
Okay, so
Yeah, okay.
the reason Natalya got the match, it was supposed to be Tegan Nox originally.
Did she break her knee again?
No, they switched Natalya for Tegan Nox, and Tegan Nox took on Xia Li on Superstars, and Natalya took on Becky on Raw for the championship. Because of everything Natalya has done, they felt like she deserved a chance.
Fuck you. Not to you. Fuck you to WWE. Like, how many times do you give her a fucking chance? If you want to give her the NXT belt, send her ass to fucking NXT so she can earn the belt. When the fuck has she said, you know what? I want to go after the NXT title. No, you haven't said shit. And you could have given it to Tegan Nox. Tegan broken knee Nox. But no, I'd rather you give it a try. D-Walk, go.
I'm tired of Nelly, honestly. Like, man, like out the blue, she get tired of shots out of nowhere. Like, dude, you ever even wrestle? Like, I don't get it. Like, yeah.
The beauty of the open challenge.
But okay, I know Joe, you got a defender. No, she's a veteran and everything else. But you have to admit, there has been no good match in Natalya since NXT against Charlotte. That was the only match, and that's because Flair and Brett were there. That's the only reason that was a good match.
She is a constant worker. She is not somebody who's dangerous to go against. She's safe.
Okay.
And she performs well.
Okay. Like Malenko. But Malenko had more charisma than Natalya.
Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. This how I feel. You say like you in school, you in the cafeteria line, you've been in there for 15 minutes. She come and walk in front of you, ahead of you, and cut you. How would you feel? That's how I feel.
Because she knows the school valedictorian. She knows the fucking school editor. She knows all those motherfuckers. Like she's giving them handies to get the rise to the top, to get that free those hot tater tots at the end of the night. I know. Come on, man. Like I know she's a good worker and everything, but she didn't deserve the NXT title against Becky Lynch because if you take out the NXT belt, it just would have been a normal match with Becky Lynch.
And she would have lost anyway.
And she lost anyway. Thank you for that because okay, moving on. Giovanni Vinci versus Tommaso Ciampa. One of a kind match because I've never seen it before, ladies and gentlemen. Tommaso Ciampa gave a backstage promo where he declared his intention to win the IC title time, but he had to go through Giovanni Vinci first. First off, you're going after Gunther. May the gods be with you, sir. That's one. Two, this is a very good match. Not a great match, but a good match. Like always, you saw Gunther and the way they always show the people looking at the TV screen. So that's what he was doing. B-. WWE needs to decide if they want to push Johnny Gargano and Ciampa as a tag team or not. These single ones they have on the main roster have not been ideal.
No.
Michael Cole sounded like he was on an autopilot by the point of this show. Your thoughts, quick, on this match, D-Walk.
No, I forgot what match it was, Joe.
Giovanni.
I was trying to be funny. To be funny.
Damn, Joe. Next.
It's all right. I'd like to see Tommaso Ciampa do a little more and get more of a shine anyways.
Okay. That's fine. My thoughts, great match. I've seen it a little bit. It was pretty cool. but Ciampa and Gargano need to be a tag team.
Yeah.
They need to.
DIY need to come back.
They need to come back. It's getting redundant. Ciampa can be a good champion, but
Yeah.
only with good storylines.
Yeah.
Without a good storyline, without a good backing, you're just gonna float.
Yeah.
And you can be the IC title, and you can be the IC title holder. That's great.
Mhm.
Then what? Here comes the Miz. My name is Miz. No, I don't need that shit. I don't need that shit. Okay, I don't. Moving on. Main event. You know damn well it's gonna happen. Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. Before he faced McIntyre in the main event, Uso was approached once again by Priest backstage. They discussed the idea of Jey joining the Bloodline, but Priest used the idea of recruiting Jimmy to get inside Jey's head. Now, this was a very good match. I've seen it before, but when everyone in Judgment Day got on the apron to talk to Uso, he took them all out with super kicks before McIntyre nailed it with a Claymore for the win. B. At first glance, McIntyre's white kilt almost looked like he was just wearing a towel. Val Venus, which brings us. Oh shit! I didn't read. This is the funny part. I didn't read this last part, which brings up memories of Val Venus, and nobody wants that. I didn't read that part till now. Shout out the feature report for that part. It feels like Priest's money in the bank briefcase is going to be less of a priority moving forward, which hopefully makes his cash in that much more surprising. Thoughts on the main event and Val Venus reference, Mr. Joe.
Why are we pushing Drew McIntyre again? Why? You're making him a heel, so you're gonna give him a push? What the fuck? But you've got Jey Uso coming in with all this fire, and you're just gonna shit on him and have him lose to Drew McIntyre.
That's called, whoever's booking this is called Vince's like contingency plan on his way out. He just pressed the button and everything's going to shit. D-Walk. Your thoughts on this?
Fuck you. I like
I inject poison.
And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Nah, but I like the match. I especially like the part where Jey Uso super kicked the whole Judgment Day. But I like that part. But I mean, it was a good, decent match. I wish they would figure out what they want to do with Drew McIntyre and make him a heel, a face, and where they want to be at right now. They got him everywhere. They got too many good people clustered everywhere to me.
True.
Well, at the end of the match, you saw that he was going to be a heel because he had a chance to go back and help Jey Uso, and he turned his back and left.
Yeah, he did.
But they need to hurry up and do it.
They're doing it slow. It's going to happen within the next month or so.
True. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Wrestling Talk with Raw. Now, Joe, before you start talking that lovely words that you do, I got to switch it up for a second. Give me a second.
Oh, yeah, because we got to talk about Grand Slam, baby.
Can't come, this is invite only. We can get money together, but we still not homies.
What's up? Talking about Grand Slam, AEW. Grand Slam was last night, part 1, because part 2 will be on Friday on Rampage, 2 hours.
10 o'clock. We will not be reviewing that after. You'll see us next Thursday. Put that out there.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off with the first match, which was Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston. Title versus title. Opening match. I'm very surprised that this match started off the show. But got to start with a banger.
True.
Match was fantastic. It was heated. It was back and forth the entire match. They started off trading chop for forearm blow, chop for forearm blow. Very Japanese reminiscent, going back and forth with a chop and a forearm, chop and a forearm. And they did that on 3 separate occasions in the match. And no man was able to gain like a high ground by doing it.
True.
At one point, I know we saw a hell of a spinning uppercut by Claudio. I thought he knocked out Eddie when he did it because he spun his whole body.
Sorry.
He spun his whole body into it. but it was a very good, hard-hitting match. Eddie Kingston, towards the end, was hitting spinning back fist over and over and over again, and Claudio was just still standing there, taking every single one of them. And everything that Eddie threw at Claudio, he was kicking out. Everything that Claudio was throwing at Eddie, he was kicking out. Everything. They tried everything. And eventually, Eddie hit the Fisherman Buster, I believe it was.
It was the Northern Lights bomb.
There you go. I thought it was a Fisherman Buster, but maybe I was mistaken.
No, because it's the Northern Light suplex is similar to the Perfect Plex. So
yeah,
he didn't do the suplex. He just did he did the position of it and then did the bomb.
But he did that after a 5 or 6 back fists.
He did 3. 1 hit, spun him around. 2nd hit, knocked him down. Claudio got up, hit him with a 3rd time. Then he did the Fisherman Bomb for a really close 2.99. I wanted to mention that there was a point that he was chopping Claudio with a bad hand, and Claudio's like, "Dude, he's not hurting me anymore." So he just punched him in the chin, like, "Doop!" And he went down. Right now, bitch, go down. And there was, mind you, there was like 11,000 people there, and most of them were like Puerto Ricans. There's a lot of Puerto Rican Latinos there.
Yeah, he did like a road dog jab. He was like,
he went down. Continue, Joe.
Anyway, this match was very good. I would definitely give this match an A. This match was very good. Eddie Kingston in his hometown. But in the end, let's go ahead and just talk about that. In the end, we had a new Ring of Honor champion crowned. Eddie Kingston. Congratulations.
Touché.
He is a double champion now. And at the end of the match, the biggest takeaway from the match was when Claudio came to, he was looking at the referee and he's like, that was only 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. That's a really good detail in the match that people, he was gone for at least a couple of seconds. Not like 30 seconds. He was gone.
He was out of it. He was La La Land. But that ending of the match when Claudio looked Eddie face to face, shook Eddie's hand, and then handed him the belt.
Yeah,
and left.
Here is your bag now. I'm out. I'm like, okay, thanks. I guess. Thank you. Good match.
I mean, he had good match. Good sign of respect at the end. It made for a very good match.
Yeah, it was kind of like anticlimactic finish because they should have ended it with the. Now I'm saying Fisherman, the Northern Lights bomb, but they Eddie won with a power bomb. Just a simple. And again, Claudio did the Ricolo bomb, and he got out. He kicked out of that too. So I respect that too. He kicked out of that and a couple uppercuts. But continue.
Them uppercuts were brutal.
They were.
So let's go on to the next match. So we go to the next match. The next match was Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara.
Once in a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. They've never fought before.
No, this is the first time they ever wrestled each other. So let's go ahead and go to the entrance of Sammy Guevara. He came out with the light up vest on with I forgot who the rapper's name was that was singing him out to the ring.
Yeah.
But he was getting sung out to the ring by someone.
Probably the guy who sings the songs, and someone sings his song in his theme. So probably just the rapper. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either, but I digress. He came out to that, and they gave the nod to that his entrance and the way he was dressed was a throwback to Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania.
Nice.
So, with that being said, you knew it was going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
The match was fantastic from start to finish. Everything was thrown at each other. They did not hold back, not at all. Both men were going at it tooth and nail the entire match. Chris Jericho tried a lion salt. Sammy kicked out. Sammy caught him with a cutter from the top rope. Jumping backwards cutter from the top, and then he caught him with another cutter later on that was from the top rope to the ground.
That was nasty. That was.
They're both really good cutters. But Sammy caught him with the GTS of sorts that he does.
Yeah, something like that, like the Spanish Fly.
Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah.
You're talking about the. I'm talking about the one that looks like a Death Valley Driver. There, he like flips you over and he hits you with the knee.
Yeah.
He hit Chris Jericho with that, and instead of pinning him, he went to the top.
Okay.
And he did a shooting star press.
Nice.
But as he did the shooting star press, Jericho grabbed him in midair and gave him a code breaker.
I saw that part, and that was beautiful. It was like, oh,
that was crazy.
He's the king of a code breaker counter when people jump off the ropes. He always
fucking, his code breaker is becoming an RKO. He can hit it out of anywhere.
It's a simple thing.
So that was it. 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho wins the match.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a code breaker. He wasn't going to get up after that.
True.
If he kicked out, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
What are everybody's thoughts on that match?
D-Walk?
I thought it was a hell of a match. I liked it. It was 2 different errors, one passing the torch. I mean, like, Sammy Guerrero, he getting better every week. So, yeah. I liked it.
Alex?
1 year too late. 1 year too late. They should have did this when Sammy was the TNT champion to like kind of bring heat between Sammy and Jericho and just have a match. And just have a match, not out of like, oh, you're gonna leave me. Just like, hey, you're the TNT champion. Let's see how strong you like, how high up you really are against me. And then Jericho would have won. And this could have been match 2, where Sammy lost this one too. And that would have made sense because something else happens after the match, which for me.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next. I just, so. The match is over. Jericho goes to shake Sammy's hand. They shake hands, and then Sammy starts hugging Jericho. After he's done hugging Jericho, they're celebrating in the ring, raising each other's hands, and then Sammy Guevara low blows Chris Jericho. He kicks him in the balls.
Now, wait a minute. There's a detail here. While Guevara, I watched the video. While Guevara was hugging Jericho, and I didn't know what was happening, he's hugging him, and then Jericho like changes his stance, like if he's gonna get kicked in the nuts. I'm like, why is he changing his stance like he's gonna get kicked in the nuts? And then 4 seconds later, he gets kicked in the nuts. Like, oh, that's why. There you go. And it was a clean. It wasn't even to the side. It was right to the goalpost in the middle. Just
yep. And right after that happens, Don Callis is walking to the ring. And gets in the ring, and he celebrates with Sammy, smacking his chest like for a belt, and raising his hand and hugging Sammy Guevara, and they leave together. As Chris Jericho is humbled in a heap in the ring, grabbing his gonads.
I think they're setting up a slow burn, like a slow build for that match they would have in a Coliseum. What's that thing called?
Yeah,
marijuana was jumping. I'm
trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember too, man. But the match that everyone has is 5 against 5.
You're talking about Blood and Guts?
Yeah.
No, the other one where they go into like a football field and they fight in a football field.
Stadium Stampede?
That one. I think they're doing a slow build of Stadium Stampede where Callis is gonna make his own little like Jericho Appreciation Society, but it'll just be a Callis Appreciation Society, and then Jericho has to find people to make a opposition force.
I hate that Santana and Ortiz quit like fucking kids and fucking be a tag team or something.
That's how it is, man. Santana's gonna fight on Friday.
He wants to be on his own.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
No, but
they made go on.
That's it. No, they made a publicity about they don't like each other, don't want to be with each other.
The sad thing about that is that during the Eddie Kingston match, there was someone holding a sign that said Eddie Kingston, the Mad King, Yonkers, Bronx, Manhattan, whatever. And on the other side, Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. I'm like, well, and then I saw it. I'm like, well, they're not even together anymore. I'm like, damn. But at least they know that they came from there. So, Joe, sorry.
So this was a very good match. I don't know what their plan is to do with the whole Don Callis Jericho thing. But we'll see where it leads. Now the next match, the AEW International Championship, Ray Phoenix versus Jon Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
I see the look on your face, Alex.
You don't have to say the match. We know that this was a hard-hitting match. Everything else. Let's just skip to the end results.
High-flying match at that.
It was again. It's a Phoenix match. To try to describe a Phoenix match is to trying to describe the Mona Lisa in little detail. You really can't get into that shit, dude.
All right, everyone. Let's cut to the ending of the match.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning. That's all I'm saying. Let's just cut to the ending.
Because here's what happened. Jon Moxley was knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately knocked out.
Yeah.
And Ray Phoenix got the 1, 2, 3.
Now let's go back.
But they didn't count the 3. They counted the 2 and then stopped. Was like, what? Wait, this isn't supposed to happen.
Let's go back 20 seconds. Let's go back exactly 20 seconds from what exactly that happened. Let's go back 20 seconds. The reason Moxley got the meat and D-Walk is all over the place here. And the reason Moxley got concussed, because he got concussed, was Phoenix did the Tiger Driver. He's done that 1,000 times where he kicks the guy's head and then comes down. Fine. For some weird fucking reason, Moxley's body wasn't straight, it was curved. So when he came down, his body adjusted at the last second, and then he turned around. As Mr. Joe Bienso was saying, I sent the video to him where someone had a different angle other than the hard camera, where the ref did 1, 2, and he stopped, and Moxley was just lifeless, and Phoenix is like. And then he's like, he's checking him, touching the body and the shoulder, like motherfucker's not getting up. All right, 1, 2, whatever. Boom. And then people were like, "Yay, Phoenix won!" But at the same time, like, what the fuck happened? So go on, Joe. It was a mixed bag. It was a really mixed bag.
Shout out to Suplex for that video that you sent me, because he goes to all these live events. This was a very weird thing. The funniest thing was the referee, because the referee got to 2, was going for 3, and like stopped himself, like, what's going on here? Like, he looked confused.
It was Rick Knox. He's a fucking senior. He should know better. He should know, like,
the referee was confused. He was like, 1, 2, 3. Wait, I can't count 3. This isn't supposed to be like this.
Hey, he said it never happened. He said this never happened before. We never went through this in training.
But I have to give AEW credit. It was a quick call. They stopped the match because of KO. That's it. Boom. It was smart. Like, he's knocked out. You don't know when the fuck he's going to get up. You don't know how long he's knocked out. You don't know if he's actually working well. Let's just be smart. He won by KO. Moxley can get better. Hopefully get recovered, and he can get the belt back. That's
2 things.
Yes.
One thing is, I was waiting for Chris Tucker to walk in and say, "You just got knocked the fuck out." No, and two, I saw Moxley leaving he left through the crowd, and you saw Renee Paquette run after him because he was gone.
Gone, dude. He was gone.
He was not here.
He was a la Bryan and Bray Wyatt 2013 when he had the whole match and he was just gone. He wouldn't even know where the fuck he said it. He doesn't even know where the fuck he was after that match. And during the match, he didn't even know where the fuck he was. So
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with this whole thing now.
I say for me, so we can move on. CTE, you have all the money, take care of him, give him like at least 2 months by procedure, let him come back, dominate, get the belt back. This is Rey Fenix's time.
Yeah.
By some weird luck, go out there and fucking dominate, because now you can fight everyone that Cassidy fought, and then now it's a nice little Phoenix flair.
Do you think you'll see a Pentagon and Rey Fenix again?
Fighting against each other? Yeah, they do that shit for fun. They do that shit on Thanksgiving. So that's fine. They're brothers, so they'll have fun. Like, what I want to see is Phoenix Matt Jackson 4. Let's go. 3 times I've been magic, 4 times is a charm. Joe, continue, please.
So let's go to the next match, which was the women's AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm versus Saraya.
Or Mickey James. I saw the clip. You saw the clip too. I saw the clip. Like, say it, Joe.
Boring Storm. Why the fuck is she in another title match? Why?
What was the best part of the match?
You want me to say the best part of the match?
Yeah.
Was when Toni Storm lost. That was the best part of the match.
I thought you were gonna bring up the fact that she did a Mickey James and kissed Saraya.
Oh, you talking? Well, I mean, that was a good part too. That was a good part. I mean, because out of nowhere, you got Toni Storm grabbing Saraya by her head and making out with her, doing a fucking Britney Spears Madonna moment in the middle of the ring, and then like right after she does it, you're stuck on stupid for 3 seconds, and then she spike pile drives her. I was like, what the fuck?
You just stuck on stupid though. You said you stuck on stupid, like, huh?
Stuck on stupid for 3 seconds. Like, what am I watching? Is this the MTV Video Music Awards? Did I change the channel?
Hey man, don't shit on the MTV Music Awards or something for that much. But Saraya won. I'm happy for her. They're keeping the belt on her. Good for her.
They tried to do it. Ruby Soho stopped Toni Storm from using the spray paint, and then threw it into Saraya, and Saraya used the spray paint, and then dropped her with the forgot the name of her finisher. It's
some right kick and shit like that.
It's that cradle DDT that she does.
The backpack DDT.
Oh
yeah. Well, she did that after she sprayed her in the face with the spray paint.
Okay.
And Toni Storm kicked out.
Okay. All right. Fine.
She had to do another one of those off like the second or third rope.
Weird booking. Let's move on, because again, happy for Saraya. Good for her.
Main event. MJF versus Samoa Joe.
This was a weird fucking match.
This match was good.
This match was good. The ending is weird, but say the match, because this is weird fucking match.
I liked MJF's attire. He came out in New York Mets attire.
Yeah.
Very cool attire. And then the fans were going crazy for MJF, chanting him, cheering his name and everything. Samoa Joe dominated most of that match.
Beat his ass.
I'm talking beat the living shit. And I've never seen MJF take a beating that bad.
Yeah.
Hell and back.
Not since Wardlow, R.I.P. Wardlow, whooped his. He's not dead, ladies and gentlemen. He's just wherever the fuck he is,
somewhere.
somewhere.
He's probably at the WWE Performance Center. So Samoa Joe done. He did so much to MJF. He put him through a table, threw him back in the ring, and pinned him, and MJF kicked out. He gave him what looked like a Death Valley driver on the fucking ring apron, and fucking MJF looked like he crumbled on the apron. Like crumbled. His body looked like it fucking crumbled. It looked dangerous. It looked like he really got hurt.
Oh, Adam Cole did get hurt, his ankle.
Adam Cole?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not talking about Adam Cole. I'm talking about MJF.
I know, but did he come out at the end of the match? Because I just saw the news that he got hit.
Yeah, he came out at the end of the match, but we'll get to that in a minute. But the amount of abuse that Samoa Joe put him through, that muscle buster that Samoa Joe did on MJF, you thought it was over, and MJF kicked out.
That muscle buster is fucking deadly. Because if you remember Natalia's husband, he almost like got paralyzed because of that shit too.
Tyson Kidd, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to stop doing that. He needs to. I mean, I respect the muscle buster, but just stop, dude. Stop.
Dude, he destroyed him. The muscle buster is the least of my concerns. That Death Valley driver he did on the fucking ring apron was the most dangerous shit I've seen.
Yeah, but he's a professional. He knows how to do it right. So I think MJF is just swollen, but he's fine. They're burning him out though. Continue though. I'm gonna.
We'll talk more about that. But the match was fucking crazy, man. So the ending of the match, Adam Cole came out to wake MJF up. He was in the Coquina clutch or a sleeper of some kind, and Adam Cole came out, and MJF came to as his hand was about to come down for the third time, and he came to and came back into the match. Eventually, he had the Dynamite ring out at one point and was going to punch Samoa Joe with it, and the referee saw it and took the ring away. And when the referee's back was turned, Samoa Joe low blowed MJF.
Classic.
I was like, damn, you fucking low blowing the heel. He was supposed to hit you with a ring. They took the ring away, and then he got low blowed.
Damn, man.
So MJF got distracted. Samoa Joe got distracted. Referee and Samoa Joe got distracted. The referee got distracted briefly by Adam Cole. And MJF had looked like someone said it was a chain, but it looked like the tag rope off of the turnbuckle.
Okay.
And he had it wrapped around Samoa Joe's neck as he had him in a choke.
Damn.
And he choked him. And he choked out Samoa Joe. That was it. That's how he won. He choked him out. Did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Put Joe to sleep.
Had to cheat because his ass was going to lose.
Hey, he put Samoa Joe to sleep, dude. And then he took the fucking ring rope and he shoved it under his armpit. And the referee goes to raise the arm. Referee raised the arm that had the thing on the rope and under the armpit, and it fell out. And Adam Cole, MJF started dancing. He grabbed the referee, gave the referee a big hug, and was dancing with him. And Adam Cole slid the ring and grabbed the rope and shoved it in his pocket.
Motherfucker, smart friend, man. That's a good friend. Like, oh, he wasn't here.
Perfect heel. Perfect heel.
And then Samoa Joe came up, and Adam Cole jumped in front of Samoa Joe shoved Adam Cole, and MJF with his hurt neck jumped right in front of Adam Cole with one fist up, and Samoa Joe stopped, and he put his hand out and shook MJF's hand.
Nice. That was the weird part. I'm like, this guy's all right, shake his hand.
I don't trust him.
You know why he did it? Because MJF took a fucking beating that match.
And cheated. He's like, I respect the cheating.
he cheated, but he also won by saying exactly how he was going to win. He won by choking out Samoa Joe.
I don't trust
Oh,
that handshake.
and he did the kangaroo kick.
He did it again. He loves that shit. That's a topic for the crowd, man.
Dude, motherfucker did it. I seen MJF do. He did a nip up and a backflip in the match too.
He did the bunny kick.
The fuck? I was like, when did MJF start? When did MJF start doing nip ups and backflips?
The bunny kick.
He did the kangaroo kick.
That's life, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he did the kangaroo kick, and then right after that, did like a nip up. I was like, "This MJF? We watching Ray Phoenix or MJF? Who are we watching?"
Right. But that was Dynamite. Let's move on to Rampage because we got some news. We got news.
We don't have to talk about Rampage. It wasn't really that great, to be honest with you.
Well, that was Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to wrestling news because the way that Joe said is like, what the fuck ever. So, ladies and gentlemen,
we got more news.
We got stuff to talk about. Let's go.
No, I'm good on that, my nigga.
Where you want to start, fellas?
Let's start the WWE side, and then we'll go from NXT from there. Mr. D-Walk on NXT time. We'll talk about that when we get to that point. Now, about 8 people, to my knowledge, got fired. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names as of right now.
Hold on. It was just updated. It was just updated at 10 o'clock, so I'm getting it now.
Okay, so let me say the 8, and then you'll say the ones that I miss.
Mm-hmm.
All right. These are the 8 people that have been released since a few hours ago. Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Elias, or Ezekiel, or whatever you want to call him, Emma, Top Dollar, again, and surprisingly, and took a long ass time to get there, Aaliyah. Who's the ones I'm missing?
Did you say Mustafa Ali?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Riddick Moss?
Yeah.
Nope. That's another one.
Yeah.
Quincy Elliott?
That's another one.
Bryson Montana?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dana Brooke?
Yeah.
Damn. That's keep going.
Mansoor?
Mansoor? That means his partner's probably gone too, or
Mace. Yeah. Mace is gone. Shanky.
Daba Kubata.
Dabakato.
Yeah.
AKA Baba Tundo and Commander Aziz.
Yeah.
Oh, the tag team is gone.
Yeah.
Yulisa Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel MacArthur.
Okay.
Kevin Ventura Cortez.
Yeah.
Alexis Gray.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for so far.
Okay. So that's about 18. Holy shit. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the top 8. And then we'll go from there. What do you think? Where do you think, if they're going somewhere, Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, and Mustafa Ali are going to go to? D-Walk.
AEW.
Hold up. Let's ask question. D-Walk.
Ali, he can go to Impact.
All right. Okay.
Dolph Ziggler, he gonna go to AEW.
For his brother, makes sense.
Yeah.
And Shelton?
Shelton could go to AEW.
Okay.
He still got it.
Okay. Joe.
Dolph, AEW. Mustafa Ali, I agree. Impact would be a good spot for him to go.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin, AEW.
Now, I was okay. I was gonna say AEW. I was gonna say ROH for Shelton Benjamin, but I would actually prefer to him go to NWA. I'll say why in a second. Because there's a name that's trying to go to NWA, and I'll tell you who it is in a second. Next 3: Rick Boogs, Elias, Emma. Joe, where should they go?
Rick Boogs and Elias I think
Rick Boogs is comedy. Remember, he's not really a wrestler. He's just a comedic wrestler.
he's strong though, and he's a good wrestler. He is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what he would do in Impact.
Mhm.
Okay.
Elias.
Did y'all say Madcap already?
No.
Yeah, Madcap got released too.
All right. Damn. Continue.
When
Joe.
that just come out?
I don't know. It been out. I just looked at it.
I don't know. I'm thinking about Elias, and I think that he would be better fitted maybe for NWA.
Yeah, kind of like where. Okay, yeah, like the Miz's assistant.
Yep.
That guy, he shot. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, D-Walk. No, wait. Emma, where's she going?
Wow.
I was about to say
Impact.
that woman of wrestling.
Back to Impact.
There's a lot of women in Impact. She'll probably get drowned out, but women of wrestling, she could become like one of the aces there, and really make a name for herself. And she's known, so that kind of works. All right, Top Dollar and Aaliyah. D-Walk, where should they go?
Aaliyah could go to AEW. Top Dollar. I don't know. I don't know where he could go, but rumor is they finna let go of all the hero.
Okay. Top Dollar just came out with a picture of him holding the NWA title. That's why I said he's actually might be going to NWA.
So do you see him beating EC3? I don't.
No. Joe?
Top
Dollar and Aaliyah.
Top Dollar is going to go to the buffet at the Golden Corral.
You motherfucker. All right, keep going.
And Aaliyah's going to go to OnlyFans, take clothes off. That's where she's going.
He said buffet. Hey, did y'all see that flip he tried to do? He tried to do when he when he lost it. His leg gave out on him.
Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We are not fat shamers, but it's a good joke. Now we got a comment before we continue on. Actually, got a comment. Oh, yo, what's up, Kane the Destroyer? Hope you're having a good night. On sabbatical. I'm having a good day, Mr. Sir. Now, some of the other names that you said, can you refresh the last 5? Let's say that. We'll talk about those.
Refresh the last 5?
Yeah.
No, who are the last 5 people on the list that you just said?
Come on.
Marijuana.
I'm pulling it back up.
I know. While Joe's pulling it back up, D-Walk, do you have the NXT one I sent you?
Yeah, I used it. Yeah, Joe already said all of them already.
Okay, so let's talk about all those people. The NXT people, who do you think is most eligible to actually make a shot somewhere?
Out of all the NXT?
Yeah, because I don't know any of them. You guys know them.
Let's see. Quincy Elliott.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Any female wrestlers?
Possibly Yulissa Leon.
Right.
I've heard that name. Okay. What about, is Xia Li not fired?
No, she's still there.
Okay, good. Woof. But I want to talk about Aaliyah. Now, most people don't know this. Aaliyah has been wrestling since 2013.
Wow.
She was there when NXT wasn't even made yet. She was there when NXT was made. She was there. She's like the old lady in the house that's seen like 3 empires after 90 years. Like she's seen an empire fall and rise and fall and rise. And now what I would want her to do, and this is no disrespect to her, is retire. It's been 10 years. No. It's been 10 years. You have not gotten any better, any more polished in talking. You had Robert Stone, which was funny. He left. They fired him, and then now you are there's there, and that was 10 years, mind you. This is her 10-year career. Robert Stone's right here. This is the apex. What now? Where are you gonna go? AEW to get swamped in out of the 50 women that it's there. Women of wrestling that you probably be cool, but you'll get swamped out. Impact, where there are wrestlers 10 times better than her in Impact. Like, where the fuck she's gonna go?
Impact has a hell of a women's roster.
And she's not in the level at all of them. None of them.
No.
AEW got Japanese wrestlers since they were 11 training, not even at their level. What women of wrestling? Fine. You'll be like the Miz, a wrestler that's kind of safe but semi famous.
Yeah.
Not that famous. Semi.
I told you where she needs to go. OnlyFans, so she can make some money.
Oh my god! Shout out to OnlyFans. Don't hate on them. But other news. Endeavor has picked up Raw and SmackDown, and they're gonna switch it up. I think they were on USA. They're gonna switch it up again, so that's kind of sad to say.
Yeah.
People that got used to one channel have to get.
They going back on the cable stations.
Yeah, but Vince was seen with a cane backstage, and your thoughts on his sanity? We all know he's insane, but do you really think he had a fucking contingency plan? Because the booking sucks. Freaking everything's going to shit. All these wrestlers are getting like fired. And AEW, you know, Tony Khan's gonna get I can get maybe 5 or 6 people easy.
Yeah,
maybe 5 or 6. He needs to get at least 2 female wrestlers and 3. Let's say like this. While I get to the comments, who are the 3 wrestlers that Tony Khan needs for AEW? And then who are the 2 females that he needs? Joe.
From the release people?
Yeah, from the release people, because he needs bodies. He needs bodies. He needs bodies for the female division, and he needs at least 2 stars to fill up a program for the next 3 months. Dolph can do that with his brother. But the thing that people don't know is that his brother is funny, but in a I feel pity for him kind of way. Yeah. He's not funny anywhere else. I've seen this shit on BTE. He's not funny. He's tried with a dog. He's tried with a fork. He's tried with a camera. He's tried with his girlfriend. He's tried with his friends. He's tried doing some weird horror gore house thing. He's tried everything. It's never worked. People has literally said in the comments in BTE, here's the time difference for this to this, so you can just skip the freaking Dolph Ziggler's brothers segment. And they get super likes and thanks you. You're the best. They didn't want to see that shit anyway. I'm like, Dolph is not funny. Dolph is, and he tries to be funny, and apparently, ironically, he's a stand-up comedian, but he's not funny. So I want to see him. Joe, do you think he's gonna work though?
Dolph Ziggler can work.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph Ziggler has been held back for a while.
As a rephrasing of the question, do you think it's going to be a reinvention like how Christian Cage is, or do you think his brother's going to hold him down because they're going to put him in a tag team? You're going to walk in the door and your brother's going to hold your hand. You're my buddy now in AEW. That's it.
No. What's going to happen is they're going to make him a tag team at first, and then eventually they're going to split them up, and they're going to have Ziggler go on a singles run as a heel.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what's going to happen. And then Ryan Nemeth is going to fall, and then Ryan Nemeth is going to disappear again.
And then they got a no compete. Man, they could just go anywhere now that they got fired like that, right? At any time, they ain't got to wait in 30 days, right?
They probably do.
90-day non-compete clause.
90-day non-compete. Like Vince is like, well, have a good day, and you can't fight for 90 days. Money.
Even though they got fired, that's
90 day. Yeah.
Yes.
90-day no compete clause. So
NXT was 30 days. I don't know if they changed that or not.
It's 60 days now for NXT people. But that means if Dolph Ziggler wants to come in and we're in September, we have to wait until the end of December, January for him to come in. Barely January. So we're not thinking about that right now. Final thoughts on this week in wrestling, Mr. Joe BNCO.
I thought it was a pretty good week of wrestling. It's getting more interesting as the week goes on. And also, weren't there other people released too that they're not talking about? Wasn't Ava Rain released as well?
Who?
The Rock's daughter. The Rock's daughter.
I heard about that. I heard something about that.
Find that. I want to see hard proof. It's The Rock's daughter.
Yeah, she was on. She went on Twitter and she put a broken heart.
Yeah.
And she said that she had a good run or something like that.
She probably lost friends. If they dumped The Rock's daughter, that would be the dumbest thing ever because because come on, if The Rock's coming back, I'm like, if I'm The Rock, I'm telling myself, if I'm coming back, you can't fire my daughter.
I heard she got fired the same day he came back.
Sign this contract, Dwayne. Oh, by the way, signed it. By the way, fire her right now. Do it.
Hey, he did it. They did it just to catch him in. They did it just to get him in.
He gets the tweet. He looks. You fired my daughter. Money. Yeah, Vince is leaving. Vince is. Oh my god. Jesus. All right.
And we got.
Go on, Joe.
We got other stuff to talk about too.
What's that?
You didn't bring up the video.
What video?
The CM Punk video.
The one that he was blading under the table?
No. So CM Punk made his first public appearance on the cage fighting thing that he's done.
Yeah.
He made his first public appearance and they were poking fun at Tony Khan. Said he said I was scared for my life when you showed up. And he's like, and you weren't let go for cause. And they were making jokes about the whole thing. And he's like, so what are you doing now that you're not working no more? And he's like, well, I'm free for about the next 2 months.
Damn.
Which is exactly Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Chicago.
Okay.
That's going to be crazy.
Okay, before we go, final question. This is a 2-part question. D-Walk, do you want CM Punk back in WWE?
Hell yeah.
Hold up. And if he's in there, how long till they fire him?
I think this time he gonna be in there for the long haul. He on good terms with Dana White now. And
what the fuck you smoking? You did some good shit if you think that's gonna be the reality. Holy shit, dude.
Hey,
hold up.
I always like CM Punk. So yeah, I can see CM Punk being back there on his best behavior now.
Okay. Joe?
Yeah, I want to see him back.
And how long? Because it's CM Punk. It's Tony Khan threw stupid amount of money at him, and he still got fired. So they're just gonna throw stupid amount of money too.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like he wanted out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
At the second time when he finally got fired, I feel like he just wanted out of his contract because he saw what happened after the first time, and he saw the way that everything was going, and was like, you know what? He's like, I need to get out of here. And then that's when he was on hiatus. Is when he went to WWE and was backstage talking to all of his friends and making, mending bridges.
Yeah.
And talking to Triple H. And supposedly Triple H, CM Punk, and Vince all had like a very long, and Nick Khan had like a behind doors, closed doors type of conversation. And nobody knows what was said. But after that, when he came back to AEW, he was trying to get out of his contract.
All right, fine. Because they probably offered him more creative control, which he already had creative control anyway, and probably another stupid buttload of money because that's how
he finna make a reason.
Punk.
He finna make a reason to take down AEW now.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's leave it like
he's
that.
He's like The Rock or Cena or somebody. I mean, he's if AEW had a chance to sign The Rock, he had bad, just for saying, and he had bad, bad stuff happen over in WWE, but he wanted out of his contract, so he was doing stuff purposely so he can get out of his contract.
Yeah.
Wouldn't AEW sign The Rock, or would they pass?
That's a tricky question because, yeah, if you have a chance to get The Rock, you'll get The Rock. I mean, under any circumstances, I understand that part.
CM Punk is one of those people that people are always talking about. He makes people talk, and he drives money.
Okay, no, that's true, and again, they'll get money out the ass every time they go to Chicago, and that's fine. But however, Punk's a fucking hothead, and we've just been proven that no amount of money won't calm him the fuck down.
What man that has testosterone running through his body is not a hothead?
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end it right there. Next week, we're gonna talk about any pay-per-view that happens. I don't know what pay-per-view is gonna come up soon, but it's gonna happen.
No Mercy.
No Mercy. I'm not gonna watch it, but these guys will. Stay healthy.
And wrestle.
Oh, the Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream. Yes. Wrestle Dream is October 1st. We will have predictions for Wrestle Dream and No Mercy because, again, Daniel Bryan versus Zack Sabre
Jr.
That's like the Green Ranger versus the Green Ranger. Like
also, Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland is taking on Hangman Adam Page.
Okay. I'm not. I mean, I guess
wrestling quality is going to be good.
Wrestling quality in the sense of it, it's going to be good. That's not a problem on that. I think. Did Hook? I know Hook and Pockets are going to tag team, so they might fight in Wrestle Dream as well.
I don't know if that might be this weekend. That might be a collision.
That actually might be this weekend.
Or on Rampage.
That's fine. But I want to talk about. But we'll find about the list next week. Stay healthy. Stay happy. We're gonna leave you with the outro intro of NXT time that happens on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And remember, P.U.W.F is the podcast for underappreciated wrestling fans. It's with people like you, me, down below, up in the world. Kane the Destroyer, Tim, Hot Mook Summer.
Kane,
wherever you are, Kane, stay hydrated. Stay sexy.
He said something at the bottom, and you are correct, sir. The Rock's daughter,
is gone.
and the other team, all of the schism is gone except for Joe Gacy.
Yeah, wow. I put it out there earlier. Yeah, you guys, you were on a good roll, so you didn't notice that it happens, and that's not.
Damn, that's crazy.
And you know what? Again, like I told you, Rock, Dwayne signed that contract, and then the second he signed the contract, Alpha One do it. Alpha One do it.
And another thing, Vince on his way out. I know. They talking about he blab publicity, so Dana White talking about getting him out.
We'll talk about that next week and all the other things. Welcome to P.U.W.F Wrestling Talk, where we just talk about wrestling and shoot the shit. Good night.
Yeah. Love. To Allah we belong. To Allah we return. Know the struggle is real. You start where you gon' earn. Every soul gon' taste death. Until that day I'ma still be riding through in that spaceship, yelling don't quit your day shift. There was times when I copped some bullshit for real, just fit to rock.